Okay, so I would be absolutely lying if I didn't admit that I am really, really nervous to lose myself and my creativity, especially once I become a mother. And so I have been spending a lot of time thinking about, what are some ways that I can remain consistent in my creativity as I become a mother. Baby boy is going to be here soon. So I really kind of want to have like a plan in place. Well, maybe not a plan. I don't know. Not a plan. Cause like I'm not trying to be super strict or rigid with myself as I step into motherhood or with my creativity. Like I never want to be strict or rigid with it. I don't think that that is conducive to the creative process or who I am as a writer. But I am starting to think about like what does this mean for my future as a creative, and what is it going to look like? And going back to saying that I feel scared. I do feel scared, but it's not in like a, oh my god, like I can't believe I made this choice. My whole life is going to change. Like what have I done? Like, I'm never going to be able to be creative again. That's not the kind of scared I'm feeling. It's more just like uncertainty, right? Like, not knowing what's going to come and having an idea for what I would want it to look like, but having, it's going to be completely unpredictable. Being a parent is unpredictable. I am more excited than ever to become a mother. And I'm going to get emotional because little man just started like tapping on the inside, and I'm also very pregnant, so I'm super emotional anyway. But I cannot wait to be a mother. Like I cannot wait to devote everything I am and everything I have to this little boy, and to raising him and making sure that he is a well-rounded, emotionally intelligent, thoughtful, amazing human. And the thought of just being able to spend my time and my energy with him just already lights me up so much. Like I'm so excited. I cannot wait. Yeah, I feel like this is like a totally different tangent, but I don't I wasn't born to have like a corporate 9 to 5 job. That's not in my soul. Was I born to be a mother? Yes, like hell yes. I cannot wait. Like, just thinking about waking up with him. And obviously, postpartum is going to be hard. It's going to be hard to adjust and to like get used to being a mom and being a parent, and like holy shit, there's this human I have to take care of now. Like that's going to be a lot to adjust to. But the thought of like waking up with him every morning and spending the day with him and finding activities to do together and creating a home for him and with him and with my husband and our dogs, like just being in this family, like I'm getting chills. Like that just feels so warm and inviting to me, and exactly what I'm ready for in this next journey of my life. I just turned 33, and like I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to call in this very like slow, intentional living, and for my son to be a part of that. And so if my days are just filled with taking care of him and keeping the house clean and tidy and making sure the dishes are done and everybody's fed, and hanging outside or walking down the street to the lake because we live in a lake district, like I am okay with that. I also want to think about myself and my identity. I think something I keep coming back to is that I'm not going to lose my identity in motherhood, because I think we hear that a lot. People are shell shocked because they completely lose themselves in motherhood. And I don't know, maybe that will happen to me. But where I'm at in my season of life right now, like as someone like almost in their mid 30s, I don't feel like I'm going to lose myself in motherhood. I feel like I'm going to step into a new version of myself that I'm ready for. And all I need to do is figure out how to adjust to that new me and figure out what that new me looks like and what she does and how she approaches the world. And creativity and writing is a part of that. Right now, I have the freedom, outside of working, which is another topic for another day, to create and write whenever I feel drawn to it. There's there's two parts of my creative soul, if you will, my creative essence. There's Danielle, who is a writer and poet and wants to share those words and my writing process and my own words with people in order for them to feel something, to relate to what I'm going through, to have a sense of community around words. And because honestly, like it's just an urge in me that needs to be expressed. It always has been my entire life. And then there's the Danielle, who you're seeing right now, who has this YouTube channel and this passion project and this creative business of wanting to help other writers and poets and creatives really cultivate this like sense of trust and warmth in their own creative process. And so how am I going to juggle those things once I'm a mom? These are the things that I'm thinking about. And I think part of the reason why I say that I'm scared is because I have put a lot of time and energy and dedication into these things, like my YouTube channel and my writing in general, working on my poetry collection and all of that stuff. And I think part of me is afraid that once I become a mother, it's going to become so all encompassing that I won't have the time or energy to approach these things anymore. And that might not be true, but I do tend to be an anxious person who like overthinks everything. So I'm definitely like looking ahead to that. Like, okay, well, what if I don't have the time and energy to do YouTube anymore or to explore my writing, et cetera, et cetera. And like, if you're a mom and you're also a creative and you have any tips or advice or even just what your experience was, like how long did it take you before you were able to like really dive back into your creative adventures? If you're a YouTuber, even better, like share that experience with me. If you write and things like that, let me know, because I love hearing about other people's experiences just to kind of like calm that anxious part of me a little bit. We will see what happens with that. As far as YouTube is concerned, I did think ahead a little bit and I've planned some videos ahead of time that I'm recording now just so that when I'm on maternity leave or deep into postpartum, like I have things that I can post, and then we'll see what happens when he's here and what life is like. And maybe my priorities will completely change. I don't know. But I did make some notes about, what staying consistent or in touch with my creativity can look like once he's here. So this is what I have so far. These are my ideas. So, I mean, basically, like a child is like at their very essence and their core, just pure creativity, right? Like that's how they view the world. They're so in touch with their creative side and their inspiration and imagination. And so I think just being around my son in general is going to be very inspiring for me and help me to like kind of continue seeing the world creatively. So that's one part of it. And then I think as far as like making sure that I am staying consistent with, my writing especially or something like that, maybe that's something that I do while he's in the middle of playtime or nap time, or something like that. But I'm also just not going to pressure myself, I guess. Just going back to a lot of the things that I said at the beginning, like what's going to happen is going to happen, and how this new season of my life is going to unfold is going to unfold. And I think that there can be a lesson here for everyone that creativity is allowed to ebb and flow. In fact, I think it's very much meant to ebb and flow. I don't think we're supposed to be constantly creative and constantly in this like zone of genius, if you will, all the time. Like I think it's supposed to go up and down, and there's supposed to be waves, and maybe there's going to be a really, really long stretch where I'm not inspired creatively or not able to do anything creatively. And then all of a sudden I'm going to look at my son or look at my husband or my dogs or something in life, like a bouquet of flowers. And I'm just going to be like, whoa, I need to do something with this inspiration right now. I think that there can be seasons of creative output and then seasons of creative rest. And then in that creative rest, we're just allowing ourselves the space to dream and think of what our creativity can be, or just simply not think of it at all, because like we don't have to be all creative all the time, always. So yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts with you in a chatty little way. I love hearing myself talk. So, I mean, these videos feel fun to do. I don't know where motherhood's going to take me, but I'm super excited. And I don't know where it's going to take this channel or my writing or anything like that, but only time will tell. And I'm really, really excited to find out. So I hope that you continue staying with me on this journey, whether it's here on YouTube or following along on my Substack. I'm sure that I will be posting some long form writing there at the very least. And yeah, thank you for being here, and I'll see you on the next page.